Hello, my name is Miss Noor, and welcome to yet another episode. Ya kwanza is the biological clock, time yako inaisha haraka or whatever. Ya pili, a woman's worth is tied to relationship, and yes, I have them written in notes somewhere, so how even one point. Ya tatu ni the fear of being, let alone. Kuna gender roles and stability expectation, na kuna, religious and cultural factors. So Tuanza, let's get down and dissect each and every one of those. So, first of all, let me just say this. I'm all for the ladies. I'm team ladies. I think ladies are beautiful. Ladies out there, chef's kiss, mtu asikwambie anything negative about you. You are beautiful the way you are, and I will always defend ladies. And when a lady akikosea, I will call them out in a good way, but I will I will always be team ladies. Not only that I'm one myself. If I was a man, I'd defend ladies too. I mean, like, women are so beautiful just by the way they are made. And kuna watu wanasema, oh, watasema, oh, but she's lesbian and stuff. No, I'm actually involuntarily involuntarily straight. Hiyo word imekataa kutoka kwa mdomo yangu. English is not my first language, but yeah, I'm straight without choice. I like men, but I'm just saying, like, madem ni wa supu, madem ni wa sexy huku nje. So yeah, I'll always be here for ladies. So tuanze na the biological clock. So kuna fertility window na vitu kama hizo play factor into this, because once a lady, when you're born, you're usually born with all your eggs in. Now there are usually about say 4 million to 3 million eggs, and then while you're into your teenagehood, zina reduced to like 300 to 500,000 eggs, and in your productive years, like your teenagehood, all the way to your late 20s, mpaka ukifika 30s, huko early 30s, zina reduce gradually, because and only about like 300 to 500 eggs ndo zinakuwa ovulated during that time. Yes. Alafu kifika 30, when you're well into your 30s, your fertility ina reduce gradually, like reduce. And then tunaingia into like our late 30s, into our early 40s, of which inakuwa hard to like naturally concept a baby, of inakuwa hard. It's hard. Is it impossible? No. Hard? Yes. Hapo pia inaweza later issues like miscarriages. It can also bring issues like having kids with like disabilities like Down syndrome na vitu kama hivyo. And then menopause inaingia well into your late 40s, all the way to your 50s. And menopause is a period of time where unakaa like 12 consecutive months without seeing your period. So hii kitu inakuwa factor kwa why women have always been pushed unfairly to settle mapema early in age, wengine just right after high school. There's a culture, kuna cultures where kids wakimaliza high school, when you're say 18, 17, 18, 19, hapo wanakutafutia mume and things like that. Do I agree with that? No, I don't. You have you're a human being, and you have very many aspects of you. So okay, when you have life yako yote ikikuwa about marriage, then that's your whole personality. Yeah, that's why we end up with like bitter older women, because like marriage is not easy. Coexisting with the ex-wives is not easy. I understand you ladies to some extent, but you can go to therapy and like heal yourself. So that is one factor why they're being pushed. And it's so funny, men don't have, the ex-wives don't have the same pressure, kama naweza sema hivyo, if I can say, they don't have the same pressure, and yet they do have a biological clock too. Is it like us? No, because they are not born with all their sperms. Zao zinakuwa as they grow. Like they reproduce as they grow. So yes, a biological clock ya man, it looks very different from that of a woman, but a man well into their 40s anaweza conceive mtoto, like anaweza pea mtu mimba, yes, but it can cause miscarriages. Yes, men do play part in you having a miscarriage. Age is one. His age is a factor. Health also is a factor, na vitu zingine bado. I mean, like, so because fertility window hapa ni time, tunacheza na time sana. So yes, he can play a factor na wewe ukipata miscarriage. He can also play a factor na kuza, disabled kids. I'm not talking down on anyone who's disabled. They are human beings. We love them like they are people like us. I'm just saying this are scientific factors zenye ziko huko nje, unaona, like chances zinakuwa higher. So yes, men do have a biological clock. And the other thing is that women's worth is tied to being in relationship. So for decades, men, the XY men, their success is tied to the amount of money they have, their career, their wealth, how many wives this man has. I just talked about like polygamy and vitu kama hizo. And personally, let me preface by saying this. My views on polygamy, I'm really not against it. And I will speak against it in the context, yeah, men use it for their own advantage, ama in the wrong ways. But I have grown up in a cultural place, ama religious group where it's deemed okay. So, and as I have grown up, now I've done my research and 2 cents about this thing. I'm not against it, but how men, the XYs, use polygamy to their advantage, now that is what I have a problem with. Unaona. And I'll talk about polygamy, but anyway, so polygamy, pia a man having like 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 7, 10 wives, imekuwa a symbol of status. So men's success is tied to that, men's worth. But imagine madem tangu tukwe wadogo, umekuwa, the first toy ilikuwa ni a baby doll. They are already grooming you tangu kwe baby we mwenyewe. That ama unanunuliwa a set of like vyombo, unaanza kuplay house na hizo. It's a sort of grooming, And ukifika, if you had brothers, I grew up we are all quite certain madem. If you had, but I have cousin brothers who I've grown up with. But if you had brothers firsthand, na kwenu mna grow up like the girl kids, yeah, wao ndo wanafunzwa kupika, they are being taught how to wash clothes, they're the ones to clean up, and the boys are just boys, achana na vijana. Wewe at a certain time ikifika, you're supposed to be home, let the boys go play football, ama ni basketball, ama they want to skate, or whatever it is that you're doing. We grew up in a time where we as kids were actually outside. We were never iPad kids, thank God for that. Unaona. So it was never pushed onto the boys kama vile ilikuwa pushed onto the girls. Ukiingia into your teenagehood, you already have acquired the skill of cooking. You've already have acquired the skill of like washing clothes. You know how to, domestic skills, you are impeccable at them. Of which is sad, because hizo standards they're not upheld to men. That is very problematic, because in family where boys also are upheld to the same standards, chef's kiss, then at least huyu mtu, because those are supposed to be basic human skills. Kila mtu anafaa kujua kupika, tidy up after yourself. Ain't nobody is going to wash you. You need how to know that by yourself. But hii tumehekea wanawake, because we are grooming our girls from a young age wakuwe perfect housewives. Unaona, very problematic, yes, but it has happened. So that is one factor yenye women, ukiwa into a marriage and you start having kids, then unaonekana, like you have achieved your life's purpose in this life. But when your counterparts, madem wenzako, maybe you're of the same age, ama ni wakubwa kukushinda, and they have not yet gotten married, ama don't have kids, or both, then they are deemed like there's still something wrong with you, girl. Like unafanya, unadu, which is a very, very problematic and an unfair double standard misogynistic idea. Manze, I think it's time we should like start having like a matriarchal society instead of a patriarchal society, kwa sababu kile patriarchy imetufanyia, yeah, not nice. Alafu another factor pia is the fear of being left behind. Unajua madem, we like good things. We like feeling like princesses. We like that whole Disney thing. And that's why I think they've always been making like a lot of. Yeah, that's also another way of grooming us. Like Disney movies where like the girl and find the prince charming and yada yada yada, vitu kama hizo. We want to be celebrated, and when you see your your friends, your peers actually, having wedding parties, having baby showers, kuna this thing inakusting because all your life umeambiwa this is what you are worth. Your worth in this life is just to get married and have kids. But then inafika time, it's like wewe ni kama hujabarikiwa in this sector of life, and now your friends are kazi yako tu ni kuattend wedding na kununua baby shower gifts, and you feel like you're left behind, so you end up settling for less. You end up not having standard, if not lowering them. Una settle for less, and you just end up being a miserable human being, of which inakuwa like create like a butterfly effect of very many things, because you now become, you were once a very bubbly girl, alafu sasa pia now you become this kind of like miserable because you lowered your standards to get into this whole situation. And then because of, kwa sababu ati mabesti zako walikuwa wanaolewa na vitu kama hizo, and you felt like unasikia kama umeachwa behind na vitu kama hizo, and then you become very miserable in your marriage. Set, your husband becomes very miserable. Set, he starts cheating, and I'm not blaming any woman for the husband who cheats. It is his fault 100%. I'm just saying, said you start cheating because you're not happy in your marriage, and then you have kids, you're miserable because you never knew motherhood was this hard, and then you hate your life, and then when your kids grow up you become the monster-in-law instead of a mom-in-law. Unaona, like, it's, let nobody put that fear in you. Can things affect you? Yes, but be like, oh, okay, I am happy for them that wameza, if that is what you actually want. First of all, let me tell you, your worth is not tied to marriage. You really don't need to do that if you don't want to. If you want to, like, you know what, marriage is a beautiful thing, having kids is a beautiful thing, but if you don't want to, honestly, you don't need to do it. Na usifeel pressured by family ama your community, whether it's like cultural ama religious community. Let them not pressure you into doing that. Do it when you want to, when you feel comfortable, when you have found your person. Niliona kuna msichana, she put it in such a beautiful way, like, you will be lasted over, and they can be like 500 men like lasting over you, because like, of course, women are beautiful and men know nothing. The ex-wives know nothing but just to always be kama madogi around women. Like, relax, put your tongue back inside and relax, bad boy. But you'll be lasted over, and you can get dick anywhere, but to be loved is to be seen. When you find that person who loves you, it's calm, it may settle down, it's not very loud, they see you, they appreciate you. Love is the person who remembers your coffee order, who remembers the kind of toppings you like kwa pizza, and who remembers who you once said, I really like red, and they get you like something in red, red flowers, a whole packet of just things in your favorite color. And I'm not just saying that is love, I'm just saying those are some of the positive attributes za hii kitu tunaita mapenzi. So don't really listen to all the other 500, 1000, like, madogizi could last over. Just focus on finding that one person. Actually, let that person find you, or find each other, whatever way it can be. But, and sometimes, honestly, love can get boring. It's not really as adventurous as you think. But find that na utulie, then that's beautiful. That's worth it kuka into like a marriage in. But if it's chaotic and it's toxic, and just because you wanted the term wifey, just because you wanted to say, you want to say I am married. And it's so weird because I have a younger cousins who are married, and honestly when they are viewed as adults, and I'm not. Like they can make decisions for themselves, and when I do want to say something, to do something, or they're like, and I'm like, but I'm like older than you. I just don't conform to that lifestyle, of which is, and I'm not trying to like convince myself that it's okay. I'm gonna convince other women, my young girls out there, that it's okay. Kama utaki, we are in a place where marriage is not a survival solution. Some kitambo, marriage used to be a survival solution. So marriage was like an instinct, like, oh, if I'm not married, I don't know how I will survive. Unaona, ungekuwa the town city halls. But yeah, if you don't want to do it and you don't want to have kids, it's okay. Settle down, take a step back, breathe in, breathe out, find a hobby, find a pet, find a cat. Squeeze it tunaitwa, crazy cat ladies. Do that, and your person will find you. If not, dying alone is, you actually, you won't die alone. You have your family with you, and at the end of the day, don't we just die alone, all of us? Once take that last breath and you've crossed over and you're like totally alone, hakuna mtu wako hata mmoja ataenda na wewe. So at the end of the day, we all die. So hakuna mtu asiyei kuambia ama kukuweka fear in, like, unajua you will die alone. Bro, we all die at the end of the day. Who cares? Naweza kuwa peke yangu kwa nyumba and I literally just fall and die. Sintakuwa peke yangu na si nimedie. Ama I can be surrounded by family while taking my last breath. That won't mean shit for me. I'm dead. That is just a body. My soul has crossed over to wherever it's supposed to cross over. So acheni kuingiza ladies fear. Sawa gents, na society, na family, na whatever. Please, acheni kuingiza ladies fear ya, now threaten. Stop threatening ladies who don't want to get married and don't want to have kids. Higher. The other point is gender roles and stability expectations. So traditional views, men were providers, women were caretakers, of which I still think and know men for a fact, men are providers, women caretakers. But now society, like, it may change how things work. Things have changed a lot. Na tumefika point where women are providers. Women can be providers if they want to, if they choose to. Women can help in providing, hence the 50-50 analogy. Niliona kuna watu wakisema history ya 50-50 si ukweli. Two things can be true at the same time. Kama wewe hujui history ya 50-50 doesn't mean it's not true. There are ladies out here. Do your research. Angalia videos online. There are ladies out here who are in 50-50 marriages. Lakini kama 100% consent, like you're down for that, manze, lady, do you? It's okay. Personally, I'm not all about the 50-50. So, iyo kitu ya men should provide, ladies should like take care of the home, are caretakers, they turn your house into a home, they nurture your life, they turn your home into like a family home. Mko tu wawili, kidogo kidogo amezaa firstborn, kidogo kidogo pap secondborn, now it becomes a whole family, na inakuwa like a whole lineage of ladies do this. And hiyo kitu pia it has played a role as to why women wanaambiwa get married haraka because you need to have kids first, and then you need faster, and then you need to like be young while unawalea nini uko na nguvu, because kuna watu wako na like the parents are like pretty old. I don't know. I have no views on that, but of which is okay. Hata ukipata mtoto ukiwa 40, it's fine. Kuna some parents, some women ama people who have kids into their 40s, ama a lot of families unapata last born wao mama alizaa akiwa into their 40s, hapo mid 40s, just before menopause he hit, so last born wenu maybe anatoshana na mtoto wa first born. It does happen, but don't let anyone akwambie, oh, unajua siku hizi gender roles, I should be the provider, so you can only but be a caretaker. Nowadays vitu zimechange. You can also go out there, hustle, na you get your bread as a woman. And yeah, all I have to say about that is life imechange a lot. Cultural and religious factors like nimeongelelea, so it is seen as an honor for women kuwa into marriages, into like hivyo wakisettle down, kwa sababu then if it's religious they don't accept, I think, dating. Yeah, no, yes, I think dating is like deemed upon, it's like not nice, so it's marriage, so it's seen as an honor, it's seen as like you've ni kama pale mwanzo nimesema like umekuwa unapewa stara, like, oh, you're married, huyu amekustiri huyu mtu, of which to me is like also like a double standard, because what about the man? Hata wewe, if a man gets married to me, or mimi yeye atakuwa amenistiri, what about mimi? Sitakuwa nimemstiri yeye as a man. It doesn't make sense why hizi vitu we are putting them so much on women. Like it makes no sense. Kama ingekuwa like on both sides, I understand, but just for women peke yake, toka hapa. Like, what do you mean ni mimi peke yake I am being nitakuwa honored? Ama like hata historia virginity, or a woman should be married as a virgin, but of the wedding, when they consummate their marriage, wanatandika like a white bed sheet, alafu the family is like outside while you two do the deed, and then after you finish wanaingia ndani, wana check if the sheet is red. First of all, invasion of privacy. What? I don't want to consummate my marriage knowing my mom and my grandmother wako outside the door. My God, that is crazy. And what if, because I know, like, scientifically, si kila demu wana bleed like that, or hymen inaweza kuwa ili break na maybe activities grow up, ama during time, like time ikipita as time went by, and what is the proof of virginity? Because what if your hymen ili break nikicheza football ama nikipanda panda mamiti? Because it does happen. There's really no proof of it. So, but hizi vitu hakujai kuwa na a cultural practice where we need to know the man's purity, but it's always insisted on women. It's, for me, I feel like women are so powerful, so powerful. It scared men a lot that they needed to put us in a box in all sectors of our humanhood. Yani, if it's sexuality, box. If it's cultural, box. If it's religious, box. I don't want to talk anything about religious, that's very controversial, but everything, they just put women in a freaking box. Why? Because we are so powerful. Imagine walking with a portal in your body, because a womb is a portal from bringing souls from one dimension to another to this dimension. Alafu mnakufuna another next dimension. So yeah, that's like, it's so weird. Aki madames tumechoka, and that's why unaona siku hizi a lot of women wanaamka, some they wake up when it's too late and they've done all this, and oh, you have a husband, oh, I have kids, but a lot of women are asking for divorce nowadays. A lot of women are saying, you know what, it's not worth it, the ex-wives are not worth it. Hata saa zingine, a man talks, nikisikia 2 cents ya mwanaume, I'm like, zip it. You don't know what it is like to be a woman. And wanaume, I love how men have mastered the art of being the victim. Wanaume wanajiona wao ni victim sana kila siku. Or you don't know how hard it is being a man. Or you don't know, you can never be in my shoes as a man. It's so hard out there. We kazi yako ni kukaa tu kwa nyumba as a woman. boss, if it's that hard, then don't do anything. You are not forced to do anything. Well, right now you cannot not do anything, ama you'll end up in the streets. But I'm like, and hata ikikuja kwa story ya relationships, jana I was talking to a friend. Okay, I was not talking to them, alikuwa anasema story. This is a male person. Alikuwa anasema how this woman alimkatia, slid in his DMs, and she was like, I want, to form a relationship with you, niko na mzungu but hayuko Kenya, so I want, I want to be satisfied nini nini, and hata akikuja, he's older so he can satisfy me, and I need a young boy. And he's like, manze, mimi ndo maana manze, I fear women siku hizi. Oh, wamekuwa wabaya, you can't trust any woman. And yet this is what the men have been doing all along. Men have been doing this. But once when one woman akifanya, then it's like, oh my god, women are so bad, women are evil, women are the root cause of evil. Actually, I don't think women are the root cause of evil. I mean, tungekuwa na Adam's apple. If you don't get that joke, panga line. Unaona? So tuacheni kuwekea young girls pressure. If you want to get married early on, ni sawa, go ahead, do it. If you don't want to get married early on, ni sawa. So, find a pet, a dog, a cat, mostly a cat. I have to, Yeah, so that is the topic for today. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Sawa sawa, tutaonana next week. Bye.